Alright people, welcome to the final in the WCW invasion angle on my channel, Quantum Booking. Okay, let's state the rules first for this pay-per-view. Certain matches are going to have WCW talent taking on WWF talent, some newly acquired, over the war, some of the titles are going to be going away. They're going to become undisputed. Some are going to stick around. Certain those title matches plus a few others are going to be for control of the company, similar to what happened in the Survivor Series, but in this case it's majority rules matches, and if there is a tie, then WCW just gets absorbed into the WWF and it continues running as it is with Shane McMahon as the general manager or Eric Bischoff, whatever. That's not important, but here we go. Kai and Tai, my tag team WCW Cruiserweight Tag Team Champions, taking on Spike Dudley and Tajiri. Kai and Tai go over. That puts WCW on the board first. 1-zip. European title, hardcore title. This match is to just get rid of one of these. I would say get rid of the European title. And I would have a video package before this match going over the history of the European title and the history of the hardcore title, because eventually I'd get rid of the hardcore belt too. But yeah, this would just be chronological, the history of these two titles, and I'd have it be whichever person won, their title would continue on, the other title would just fade away. So I'd have a history of both belts, and I'd have Rob Van Dam, Big Cat Crush all it. Alright, back to the situation at hand. The light heavyweight champion versus the cruiserweight champion unification match. Okay, it's Rey Mysterio versus Rey Mysterio Jr. versus Jerry Lynn. So I'd have Rey Mysterio go over, but I'd give this match plenty of time. I'd give it up to about 20 minutes maximum, but I bet you they would have a good match. Okay, continue on. WCW US title versus the WWF Intercontinental title unification match. Mike Awesome versus William Regal. Now this would be a pretty quick match. Probably 10 to 15 minutes, and I'd have Awesome go over. So WCW is up 3-zip, and okay, here we go. Tag team title situation. WCW Tag Team Champions versus the WWF Tag Team Champions. Sean O'Haire and Mark Jindrak taking on T and A. Testinella, two young teams. And I'd have TNA go over, but as I have it here, Test pins Jindrak. That puts WWF on the board. Okay, so we've held together the title situation. So now we get into all those fun matches. Starting off with a War Games. Now, I'm not sure if I'd have the two rings. Maybe I'd just have like the Hell in a Cell over it, and I'd have the two teams stationed somewhere on the ramp or something, because from memory there was a pretty long ramp there. So yeah. So we go in the War Games. The Team WCW is Ric Flair, Rick and Scott Steiner, and Shane Douglas. Now, I'd have the tension between Rick and Shane brought up. And Team WWF is The Rock, Kane, Kurt Angle, and Edge. Now, I'm not sure. I'd have tension between Rock and Kurt. Maybe some tension between The Rock and Kane and Kurt. So certain things like that crop up. But yeah, And I'd have The Rock pin Rick Steiner, WCW3 WWF2. Okay, now we head into our first another dream match. Undertaker versus Sting. Now, as big of a Sting fan as I am, I'm a big Undertaker fan too, but I would not have Sting go over here. I'd bring it up to a tie. Have Undertaker win, but have them have a rematch at the next pay-per-view or something. Then we go into another match that I would really like to see the build-up to, but I'm not sure about the match itself. So, it's Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Jeff Jarrett. And I would have Austin go over here, but really that's I'd have a rematch where Jeff would win again. So I'd have those two rematches booked in advance so that I could have the other talent go over. Alright, now for this one I just had to put some stuff together here. Representing WWE is Team NWO, Hollywood Hogan, Scott Hall, and a surprise partner being Curt Hennig. And they're taking on Booker T, Konnan, and Dustin Rhodes. This was really hard. I really wanted to do some other stuff here, but this seemed like the logical solution to the problem I was having. This brings it up. Booker T pins Hulk Hogan. Match is a draw. This draws it 4 matches apiece. So WCW gets absorbed into the WWF umbrella. Okay, now we're on our 2 title matches. DDP taking on Vampiro. That's about the only guy I had left after I put all together all the dream matches. So I just stuck these 2 into a title match, and had DDP go over. And then we have the WWF title match that actually did happen, and was actually a pretty good match. It's just that the crowd was burnt out after Rock Hogan. So here's Chris Jericho and Triple H, and although I changed that rivalry up a great deal, and not include Stephanie in it at all, okay? So, that's it, guys, and oh yeah, just to state this, after this show, I'd start an ECW invasion. Okay, thanks for listening, guys. Next time!